Lots going on, guys. All right. So I'm trying to unsee what I just saw in a live stream. I mean, I tell you, buddy, people are crazy. And I was already kind of wanting to touch base on like mental health today, because mental health matters. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. Like my situation right now is like, what's taking up the majority of my life is confidential, and I can't talk about. So it's hard for me to get on here and let y'all know all about what's going on because I can't really do that. Because like I said, the majority of it is confidential. So um, it's hard to get on here and just freely discuss the things that's going on like I would normally do. Um, but it is a little crazy. Um, I just don't know what's going on with people these days. Like I struggle, and then the things you can talk about, it's just like, what in the world? Who would want to talk about that? It's like, what is acceptable to discuss is really things that I wouldn't even want to discuss. So it's like, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. But anywho, I am a little early, a couple of minutes early. Hey, DJ. But anywho, I thought I'd have a panel up today and just have a little discussion, do a little talking. I know that you most of the time, like it's easier for me to just get on there on the community tab and just be like, no live today because I'm busy. But I've come to find out that I'm going to be busy every day, every week on when I'm supposed to go live. So I'm just going to have to make time. So yeah, here I am. And yeah, it's I don't know, conflicted. I want to be able to share things, but most things I can't share. But there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of good going on in my life right now. Just to be completely honest, I mean, there's a lot of good things, but there's also things that are just like, what in the world? And then I look at the rest of the world, and I'm like, what in the world? I don't know. I mean, it's like in a way, it makes my problems seem so small. Um, Anywho, it's just a fine balance being able to find out how to keep good mental health in a mentally unhealthy world. Uh, so I don't know. I just thought that could be a topic that we discuss. I'm really going to be careful with the people that I bring up on panels, seeing as how is what I just saw earlier. I don't know how that happened, but we need to make sure that doesn't happen on my channel. And I know that the guy's channel that it happened on, he would never have, condoned that. But anywho, DJ, if you want to come up and talk to me, you can. Hey.
Hey,
DJ.
What's up? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah.
I miss the days whenever I could just set up in my living room and not be talking in public and just be able to get on here and talk with my friends and not be in a rush,
Yeah, I know, but I mean, things change and we can't control that. We can control what we do and how we handle it. So
That's right. A wise man once said to me, it's not about what happens to you, it's about how you respond. And see, that's where I struggle because my response is not always the healthiest. Are you ready to come up, Al? I see you're munching on something. You are
I'm just
always eating.
disappointed DJ beat me to the punch.
Yeah.
He's trying to be the first in now. Nicole
Yeah.
says hi.
Hey.
But yeah, I'm surprised at that too, Al. I mean, I thought you would somehow beat me up here, but I
Well,
guess.
Danny threw me for a loop today.
Yeah, well,
Because
I mean,
Danny said she wasn't going on until later, and then she turned around and said, "Oh no, I'm going on now."
Well, I was already kind of wanting to discuss the whole mental health thing, and I felt like now was a good time.
Yeah.
I needed to get on here. I was like, because like I said, it's easier for me to say, oh, well, I don't have time. I'll just postpone it. Well, if that happens, I'm never going to have time. So I need to make time. And I have that realization that it's not so much an obligation to let you guys know what's going on in my life as it is a therapy for me to be able to just take 30 minutes to an hour out of my day or out of my week really, and just talk, even if it has nothing to do with anything, just to be able to just slow down for a second and chit chat with people that care about me. That's nice to do.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. Don't mind
It
me.
takes our mind.
I'm eating
Yeah,
I'm
you're
eating
always eating.
French fries, and I got Swiss chalet dipping sauce for them. I don't know if you got Swiss chalet down there, do you?
None that I know of, no.
It's very good.
Hey, Jen. Nick, Matt. Matt says mental health. You act like I got a brain. You do have one. It's up to you whether you use it or not.
Yeah. And how you honestly?
Yeah. Hey there, Robert. I love how he still calls me Danny Days Homestead.
Yeah.
Still got your Danny D's Homestead magnet on the fridge.
Yeah, I mean, that's all right. That's the OG magnet.
Yeah, I put him somewhere. But yeah.
I feel pretty strongly about the whole mental health thing, though. And me, as someone who has fought off going to the doctor for so long, because when I did go, they were just like, they gave me like a list of things. No, but they did give me like 3 diagnoses that I was just like, all that from asking me a couple of questions and typing something in a computer. You know what I'm saying? So, while I know mental illness is very real, I just think that that especially with my background, throwing drugs at mental illness is not always the best thing to do. So I think that there's other ways to combat that, and I think that a lot of times those labels cripple us, because we're able to say, instead of looking at a problem and being like, what can I do to create a solution to this problem? We're like, oh, well, that's that problem just because this is what's wrong with me, and I'm just going to settle for that. And that's or like you tell yourself that's something I can't prevent because this is what's wrong because I have this label, and I don't agree with that. I think that that we should all try to be our best selves, no matter what label the doctors give us. I think that we should try to find a solution in the best way that we can without just settling just because that's what we were told was wrong with us. So I'm feeling pretty passionately about that today. I feel pretty passionately about it every day, but I just thought I'd get here and discuss it with somebody and see where people's heads are at as far as, what y'all think about that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really, talking positive about my mental health. If if I didn't have YouTube, honestly, I would go crazy.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Woggle?
Leave him alone. Let him talk.
Be quiet, Al. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. we all know you're already insane, Al. We know that.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I don't talk to very many people. I mean, most of the discussions I have are with you guys also. I mean, offline, I have one friend that I talk to every day, but we've been talking every day for the past 16 years, so it's not like it's anything new. It's what's going on and all that, but you know, actually sit down and talk with y'all. I mean, believe it or not, it does help me with the situation I'm in because, yes, I have a physical problem, but part of that is my mental health as well because I could just sit here and go crazy or
Hmm.
out with I go even more crazy, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
ta-
According to Al, it's more crazy, right? Yeah.
yeah, but talking to y'all helps me with that. So, you know,
Yeah.
I mean,
It helps me too.
yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of times we get on here though, and we're like, and like Jen was saying, we put our best faces on social media usually because we get in. Nobody wants to get up in here and be like, "Hey guys, like,
yeah, nah,
I'm struggling," but it's a real thing, and people really struggle. So there's no need to, and I think a lot of people. I mean, for me, I want to be encouraging. I don't want to be depressing to other people, but I do
yeah,
think it's important to talk about because to let people know that they're not the only ones going through what they might be going through, if that makes any sense.
It
it
does.
does, it does, honestly. I mean, I will tell you then every week, every other week, whenever I'm able to honestly sit down with Al or whoever, just sit down and actually talk or just hang out like me and Al do every Tuesday night. We'll connect in a way that
Mhm.
honestly you don't see on YouTube because yes, we'll chat about a topic, but I mean we'll out and you could confirm this, but he has seen me node out on a topic that you otherwise wouldn't see me node out on a video or a live
Right.
because for me, I mean, I know everyone doesn't always want to hear about cartoon stuff, but you know, and I'm always trying to think, okay, let me pull it back because I don't want to seem like the crazy guy with the excessive.
What's wrong with the crazy guy with the excessive cartoons? I find it interesting. I wish that I knew that like I had familiarity. Is that the word?
Yes,
Well,
yes,
with those cartoons, the way y'all do, y'all just talk about an episode. I'm like, I can't even retain what all I ate yesterday, and you guys remember these cartoons. Like,
Oh no, we watch them ahead of time.
yeah,
That's how we remember them so well. We sit down and we'll watch it like at seven
oh,
at 7 o'clock my time. We'll watch it, and then 10:30 is the review.
yeah, and you know, I mean, even for those couple hours, retaining the information
I forget everything.
and sometimes
that's what I'm
you
saying.
honestly do forget. But hey, it's just like to sit down for an hour and a half and watch something that you don't really have to worry about people messing with you about. Unlike other situations
Oh, like yesterday
where you
on
have
the live
people
last night.
where Well, you have people messing with you every day because they won't let it go.
Is that my fault? You talk to
Okay.
Eddie every day.
You know that's not what I'm talking about, Al.
I know what you're talking about, and it's not my
Yeah,
fault. You talk to
Adventures
Eddie every day.
Adventures with Outdoor Eagles
The
said, "Hi,
Outdoor
Doris."
Eagles. Doris had her
Yeah.
own show yesterday.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm,
For
I guess
like
I missed that.
what? 8,
couple of
11.
hours. No, a couple of hours. That other one, that was me and Nicole went on. The one that you came in on, Danny.
What? You're at one. You're almost at one. Let me see. I gotta see this for myself.
Jan, you're at $9.99.
Well, drop your link. You could probably get a few
Yeah,
more just in
type
here.
share in there and get some
Yeah.
people.
I'm
Yeah.
showing you have 1K right now.
It's on that bounce. It's on that bounce. Down,
Yeah.
up, down, up, down. It's gonna do that
Mm-hmm.
for a little while before
Yeah.
it sticks on.
What might need to happen is you might need to get a little more struggle over the 1K, and if it bounces, it's not bouncing too hard or yeah. So, yeah.
Hours is your next thing now. How's your hours? Do you have your 4K hours?
Yeah.
And really, with the new rollouts and that, you should really only need 3,000 hours, and you got your subscriber count up, unless it's not available in your area yet, but it should be.
Well, I
What's the matter
mean,
with the doors? You're squinting your eye
yeah,
again.
for the limited monetization, you only need the 3K, and honestly, you only
No
need
surprise.
500 subscribers, but yeah, half of the extra 500, that's not hard. Huh. Huh.
What you doing? Wiring up headphones?
My computer's gonna die.
Oh, computer plug. It's gonna die.
Yeah.
If Danny disappears, we know what happened. Her battery died.
Yeah.
This laptop, it doesn't hold a charge very much, man.
Mine doesn't hold a charge at all. The battery doesn't charge on it. It needs a new battery.
Hmm. Yeah.
So it's all good.
All right.
Yeah, were you around for everything that went on last night, Danny? I don't think you were.
Not everything. I ended up backing out and finishing that puzzle with my mom and Emma. But
How'd it go? How was the puzzle?
it was good. Now we started on a new one that has double the amount of puzzle pieces. So it's just something to do to decompress. Like I say that, but I kind of get like when we poured out those 1,000 pieces of
Restful,
puzzle.
looking for the pieces.
Yeah, well, I was looking for each
Don't
piece, and I
think-
was like,
I'm gonna make it fit.
and my mom was like, "This is supposed to be relaxing." I was like, "It's overwhelming," but that's what I say. That's why I wanted to discuss this topic today because I feel like it gets to a point where everything is overwhelming. Like no matter what you do, and it shouldn't be like that, you know.
Yeah.
There has to be something to combat that. Like even if you're like me, like even when I'm excited, I'm still overwhelmed. Like you know, I mean it's like even if I'm
Yeah.
happy about something, I still feel overwhelmed. I don't have to necessarily be depressed or like
No, you get that
sad
that
or
anxiety
upset. It's like
build up.
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
what
it's like a
you-
constant state of anxiety. No matter if I'm happy or excited or sad or upset, it's like, you know, and which causes an even greater chance of when you get upset to just explode because, you know, because you're in that state of anxiety all the time. Okay, let me pause this. I mean, I can't pause it, but let me mute it.
Huh. Yeah, bro.
We're just waving to her. Yeah, that's okay, Danny. Ow, doors. No claws, please. Don't bite.
This
Don't
is my
bite.
friend Lo.
Hello.
And then y'all just saw Bess.
walked away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi.
Yeah, that's cool with me.
Hmm.
It's- yeah, there's lots of those here. It's a library. So yeah, I've adopted like a crew of kids that have kind of stole my heart. Well, that's what I do for work. So
Yeah, no, I get it.
That's it, though. It's good to be an influence on some
Yeah.
the younger generation.
Yeah.
yeah, it helps me too. I don't know, in a way, it helps me to feel like I'm helping them in a way, you know.
Yeah, I never went on to. I mean, even when I was in high school myself, I always hung around the younger kids just to help them out and give them a guiding hand. So, yeah.
Yeah,
What do you mean hide who?
I'm ordering.
Shirt? You knows who it is.
I'm ordering Logan a shirt. It says "Girls dig my autism swag."
I ordered a shirt for one of my friends because he's nonstop. He's steady go all the time. He doesn't stop for a second.
Yeah.
He can't, like he has ADHD and he's just go 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 go. So I ordered him a shirt and hopefully he doesn't watch because it's supposed to be here next week and it's like the ACDC but it says ADHD and it says
ADHD. Yeah.
and it says on the bottom, it says highway to, hey, look, a squirrel.
I don't know. I saw that I want that shirt.
Yeah.
But I want
So-
it. It needs to say unmedicated on the top of it.
Uh,
But I ordered it for him, so I'm gonna give it to him now. It should be here at the end of the week, I think. And
Nice.
I'm gonna bring it to him. I said,
uh,
you have to wear this to work all the time.
yeah.
What is his name? Adventures with Outdoor Eagle. What is his name?
I'm
it?
not
I
sure.
don't-
I'm not good with names.
Yeah,
Danny, it took me like a month to learn your name. Don't put names at me.
What?
No, I'm not good with names though. That's why I go with the channel names all the time, even if I do know the
Okay,
person's
well, I
name.
like to call people by their name, but
Yeah.
if I can't, it's okay.
I mean,
But I was gonna tell you, Adventures with Outdoor Eagle. I'll just call you Eagle, I guess. I have that same. I have like I'm following people that do like hunting and fishing, outdoor stuff, homesteading, crocheting, arts and crafts, just drawing. I follow all kinds of people. Let's see. I like watching like home renovations and things.
yeah, I do too, honestly.
Yeah, I love watching that stuff. Like when you see it before and then they strip everything down and redo
Yeah.
it and everything, and then they like, especially when it's people that's like bought a house and they're like working on it room by room. I like watching that. Like Alicia English, she's from Canada. I really like watching her. She's from Nova Scotia. Well,
Nice.
she's not from Nova Scotia. She lives in Nova Scotia, but she's from Ontario. But I really like following them, and they're just so cute. Her and her husband are just like, they're just the greatest. I love to watch them. They like work really well together. And,
No,
Yeah.
if I get a hold of my neighbor, because she's really like she's back and forth gone all the time, so it's really hard to catch her. If I can get a hold of my neighbor and figure out about the little plot of land that's between our two houses, because I want to like strip it down, level it out, and plant a vegetable garden there. Because
Oh,
it'll give me
nice.
some room to actually plant the vegetable garden rather than doing the containers that I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But there's like there's a big maple tree in between the two houses that gotta go, and it needs to be dug and leveled, and there's an old fence up there that's kind of serving absolutely no purpose whatsoever. So I'm gonna see about
he
getting
says, sorry, he says
Go
you can
ahead.
call me Ace.
Ace.
Yeah. Well, it's good.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer. That's what I thought about when he said that. Ace Ventura.
Yeah, well, what automatically came to mind, and I don't know why, is the place with the helpful hollow folk. If don't,
Howdy, Paul.
Hello.
Sorry, PJ. I
Yeah.
didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, you're fine.
Hey, it's your live. If you want to interrupt, go right ahead.
I'm muting myself. Go ahead, D.
Yeah, I mean, I would say just if it's not out already interrupted me, I don't care.
Just for that, I'm gonna start interrupting you all the time, TJ.
And I will so
What?
You did that on drive.
Wait,
I know I do it
wait.
on
Go
live.
back. Go back.
No, we're just teasing you, DJ. Go ahead.
Yeah, no.
You know we love you.
Saying, if you think it interrupted me on drive today, I'm able to mute your mic.
I can unmute it
I'll
though.
have to change the title to When DJ Makes Threats.
Yep.
How knows that's a credible threat because I have beat him before. He knows that.
Well. I need to look for something now because let me see.
Did not put up out if it's what I think you're looking for.
No, I'm not looking for the picture of you or anything, DJ. I'm looking for something for.
You're looking for who Ace Ventura is?
No,
Have you seen Ace Ventura? Any of them?
I have. Yes.
Yes.
Hilarious. Talk about mental health.
I know,
Oh,
right?
man. Good stuff. He's pretty much taken mental health and made a whole lifestyle out of making people laugh because of it.
Yeah.
I like Jim
yeah.
Carrey though.
Yeah.
Okay, Danny.
Yes.
I'm on live last night.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Timestamp 150. Start watching it from there when you get a chance.
Okay.
You don't want to put it up on here, trust me. But
Okay.
I think you were gone at that point, but we got Des so good that
Hey,
even DJ left.
Ace said, alrighty then. Good stuff.
Yeah.
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 I watched a bunch of those. There was the Pet Detective ones, and
Yeah.
there was another one too, wasn't it? That wasn't called Pet Detective.
Yeah, there was like 3 of them. You can Google it.
There's a ton of them, I think.
There was When Nature
pretty good.
Calls, and yeah.
Yeah.
I knew there was at least
I
3
remember
of them.
them. Good old friggin' Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. When I was like younger, I could quote the whole Mask movie. When I was way too young to quote it,
Listen
my
to her
mama
when
would be like, "You can't say that." I was like,
when she was younger.
Yeah, y'all know I'm a baby. I'm not as much of a baby as DJ. DJ, you're younger than me, aren't you?
He is, yes.
Yeah,
he is.
I'm 28. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're the baby.
He's the baby today.
Yeah.
So when he misbehaves, we can put him in the corner.
Nobody puts baby in the corner. He's already kind of in the corner.
Yeah, I was looking at that. It's like,
yeah, hey,
you were bad. You've been bad.
What was this?
Did I get your email? Let's trade. Yes, I did. I forwarded it off for you.
Hey, do you see my hand?
I sees your hand, DJ, but I ain't reading the lines. He's being bad.
Uh-oh.
No,
so, thank you for listening while you're at work.
No problem. Let's trade.
I appreciate that. Scott's making a serious face. Trying to add a dream. I don't know what's happening.
Here? Hey, Scott.
Hey, pain in the bum. What's up?
Listen, I'm going to take the air out of your tires, and you're going to be stoked.
Don't worry, Scott. I put stop strips out in front of his house.
That's good. The only reason I'm up here is to make sure that he's good, and he's not being good.
You're ever careful. He got connections.
You're gonna be in trouble.
I'm not worried about him.
He knows a guy. Yeah, but it's the guy who Santa Claus knows that you should be afraid of. The one with the vanilla.
I know. That hooks me up too.
That bottle of vanilla is so freaking good.
Oh, I know.
The only thing
Hey, Ted.
I had happen is the cover after I opened it and put the cover back on, the cover kind of sealed on so tight I couldn't get it back off again. It
Hot
took
water.
forever to get that off.
Hot
Hot
water.
water.
Hot
Yeah.
water off like that.
So, Scott,
I'll
I
have
don't know
to
if you were
remember
here
that.
in the beginning, but we were just talking about, we were touching on some subjects. I was just talking about how, like, I get to where I almost convince myself that I'm like obligated to get on here, and I'm like, oh, but I got to do a live. I didn't do a live last week. I canceled, and and all this. But then I have to like stop and realize that really it helps me just as much as it is an obligation to get on here. It's really more therapeutic because I'm able to get on. Because every time that I convince myself to just slow down for 30 minutes to an hour and do a live, I do feel better when I get off here. I'm like, well, I'm glad I did that.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, absolutely.
Ashley's here.
Hey, Ash.
Hey, Ashley.
because if I say, oh well, I just cancel it, then before you know it, I'll be 3 weeks to a month without doing a live because I'm gonna be busy every Tuesday, like
Mm,
So
Well, have you thought about just rescheduling it for a different day when you're not so busy?
But-
that's what I'm saying. That day doesn't exist.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, it's hard to find the time, isn't it?
I don't
Don't-
have that day. At this
Yeah.
moment, every day that I have is filled from the time I wake up in the morning to the time I go to sleep. I have something to do all the time. There's no time to just and in the time that I'm supposed to, I'm just gonna rest. I don't rest. All I do is think about all the things that I need to be doing.
the
So
things
it
to ease your stress level or whatever, and then you start stressing about that.
Mhm.
right.
Just a constant circle that keeps,
It is.
Yeah.
It's a vicious cycle.
But
And
the
then-
big
I mean-
thing-
That's why I've kept Thursdays going for so long. I've had so many people that said that it helps them to just forget about life for an hour.
Right. And that's what I was saying. Even if we get on here and we talk about, like I was saying earlier, like 95% of my life consists of things that are confidentiality. So I can't really get on here and just discuss all the things like I used to would because most of that I can't talk about. Now if they come up and they want to be on screen or, that's up to them. But I can't sit here and discuss their day in and day out, because I'm a mentor to, and so that is part of HIPAA. I have to keep that confidentiality. So if they choose to share things with you, that's up to them. But I
That's
can't share
things. Yeah,
things
you
to
can't
you
share
for
nothing.
them.
Yeah. No.
But try to
So-
just take it a little piece at a time. Don't try to. I know it's hard to not focus on the bigger picture, but sometimes you just got to take it's like a puzzle. Take it one little piece at a time.
Well, like I was talking about this
Mhm.
cruise that's coming up, like I have flown so many times in my life. Like I used to fly 2 times a year by myself. From the time I was 9 years old, my mom took me to the airport, dropped me off. They got me through. They couldn't go past the security, and then I had to go and board on a plane. And then my dad, same way, he would drop me off. I would come from Alabama to Nevada, back and forth, 1 or 2 times a year, and I did that all the way coming up my whole childhood. But for some reason, thinking about flying to Seattle is getting me in my feels, man. I don't know. And I'm like, why? Why would I be nervous to fly when I've done it so many times? I don't know. But
You know
it's
why?
just, and
You haven't done it recently, so it's new to you. So
It's new all over again.
you were stressing about something new, and
right.
your the way your brain works. You start, well, geez, I haven't flown in so long. Your brain's not saying that the planes are 50 times safer now than what they were back then. It's looking
Yeah.
at like, well, geez, I saw this on YouTube, or I saw this on YouTube. Well, you didn't see the 30 million flights that went off without a hitch.
Right.
This is
Yeah.
why I don't look at the news a lot of the times, because
Yeah, I try.
it's the same driving a car or anything like that. Like if you're watching the news, all you see is all the accidents and this, that, and everything else. You don't see
Yeah.
the hundreds of thousands or millions of car travels every day that nothing happens.
No.
You just
Yeah.
drive.
Mm.
Right?
But, and
Hey there,
Debbie's
Chuck.
same way as what you are, Danny. She really hated to fly, but now that, the kids are older and we're starting to travel more, now it's not so bad. And
Yeah.
now that you're getting back up in the air and, the planes have changed 1,000% than whenever, we first traveled for our honeymoon, damn near 30 years ago. But
Yeah.
it's, and it's human nature. There's nothing, unfortunately, that's just the way some people process. And it's good.
Unfortunate because I'm like, why can't I be like everybody else and just be excited about this trip and that just be it? Like, why do I have to like do this to myself? Like, I don't understand.
You're not the only one doing that thing. Yeah, I stress out over it on a daily basis. It's not just you stressing out about that, and I'm sure we're not the only
I
ones.
mean, like
that are
normal
like-
people, normal people would just stress about the money. I'm stressed about everything. like, am I going to be able to remember everything? Am I, is this safe? Is it going to be safe to travel and all of this? It's crazy. It's like once you have like the type of anxiety that I've experienced, you're anxious about having anxiety.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
because when it happens, it feels like, something as crazy is happening to you. It doesn't feel like, oh, I just need to take a few breaths and count backwards from 10 and I'll be okay.
That
It
don't
feels
work.
like, oh my gosh, I'm about to have a stroke or something. Like you don't know what's going on with your body. It's like it gets bad. And when you've experienced that, it makes it to where you're afraid to go do anything, like get on a plane or get on a cruise ship, because you're like, because you've experienced that. Now okay, what am I going to do if that happens when I'm in the middle of the ocean on a cruise ship? I mean, there's nowhere you can go to kind of, get away from,
yourself.
and calm down,
Mm.
to get away from myself. What is it, love? Hold on just a second.
Yeah, but I understand that it's like you're
And
kind of stuck.
And that's why Jesse and I are doing everything so simplistic. And we're doing it so slow and itemized because there's people that have never done what we're doing. And
I've never
get
done it.
people, people are stressed out about things, and money is a big thing. So we booked 2 years, almost 2.5 years early.
Yep.
To take that out of whenever we booked, we would have put $4 a week away. Your trip would have been paid for. And
Yeah, I know it sounds funny, Ace, but it's not a joke. I mean, seriously, my anxiety has anxiety. I have anxiety about having anxiety. Like, I mean, it's a real thing. And the Lord says, and I know, Let's Trade Paint says, I learned that I can't control everything, so I let God have the control. And I mean, everybody who knows me on here knows that I'm a spiritual person, but, and the Lord says, be anxious for nothing. And I really have tried to address that on a personal level, obviously,
But it's, there's just, there is some things that, you're going to drive yourself crazy if you're letting yourself worry about, like there's been a couple people that have sent Jesse and I messages. Well, those are 3 weeks from the time that we leave questions, not now. So we're like, we'll cross that bridge.
We'll get there when we get there.
Like, just we
Yeah.
don't want to overlook folks, but we want to, the stuff that is, we could save people money now so that it's not so much at the other end. That's what we're doing right now.
Well, that's like with mine. Mine, they couldn't include airfare because YYT, St. John's International, is not a part of it. So unless I booked it out of
what makes-
Halifax or something like that, then I would get it included. But then I'd still have to get a flight from here to Halifax, and then from Halifax on. But
Tony, going to Bangor, you
Yeah.
might look at that. Take a little puddle jumper from St. John's over.
it's a little Canjet flight or something. But now I looked into it, and Canjet can actually get a flight from St. John's right to Seattle with 2 stopovers.
Yeah.
So why not? I don't mind flying
Well,
on a small
Terry's
plane,
talking-
especially if it's cheaper.
How much?
Terry's talking about flying from Birmingham to Atlanta and then from Atlanta to Seattle.
I
I'm like-
think it was 9.
$900?
Yeah, for the round trip, 10 days
Well,
span. Yeah, they won't book it this far out though. That was the problem.
oh, okay. Well, because for me to fly from either Ottawa or Syracuse, depending on which side of the invisible line I want to fly from, either out of the US or Canada, it's $1,000.
Yeah.
And that wasn't US. It's $1,700 Canadian for me to fly out of Ottawa with a connector in Calgary, maybe.
I don't think there was any connecting flights. Like I don't think I had the. I'm not sure exactly how it works exactly, but I think with
Probably
the
bringing you into Toronto, and then from
layover, I think is just landing, refueling, swapping out some of the passengers, and continuing on, isn't it?
I don't know what's the name of that airline. I'm gonna have a look at that.
It was Canjet, I believe.
Oh, I never even thought about checking them.
Yeah, there are like smaller airplanes, but
Yeah. They're only pretty much Canadian, are they not?
well, the one I booked said it would go to Seattle, so
Well, I want to, because right now I'm in a dilemma for our trip in January. Do I fly or do I drive?
yeah.
Right now, it fluctuates daily. It's going from the cheapest I've found is $1,200, and the most expensive is like $3,000. Well, $3,000. I'm driving to Miami. I'll pick up DJ on the way.
No.
I'll
You say far away from where I am.
I'm gonna stay at your place, and I'm gonna undo all your little your nuts on your tires.
Yeah,
Yeah,
losing them
no.
all up.
You say away from Southwood Falls, go straight to Miami.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
to
mean,
drive
yeah.
to Seattle, Jason, would be,
Oh,
let me just look it up right quick.
Oh my God! Drive to Seattle. I bet you're 4 days. Probably. Well, you'd be.
That's across the whole United States.
Yeah, you're looking 40 plus hours. I bet.
Yeah.
38 hours, 2,478 miles.
Geez, you'd almost think that I've driven across the U.S. several times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's like me. I wouldn't be able to.
That's
I wouldn't be able to leave and drive over to Seattle now from here.
oh my God! It
Mm-hmm.
would take you like a week and a half.
Yeah.
It takes us from where I am in Ontario to drive to BC takes a week. So, yeah, no. But believe it or not, Fisherman 506, they're leaving a week early and they're driving to Seattle.
Wow.
They have family in Vancouver, so they're gonna drive to Vancouver, stay with their family for a while, and then they're going to pop down to Seattle because Seattle's a couple hours south of where their family is in Vancouver.
So it takes you through Mississippi, Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, on the line of Iowa up to South
Yeah.
Dakota,
Pretty
through
much,
Montana,
you're going
Idaho, and
you're going
Georgia.
to, so you're going over the pass. Now it's in August. Sorry, yeah, it's August, so you don't have to worry about snow. But
Still, that's a long time to be driving.
yeah, my God, can you imagine your back carry legs for just a car for 10 hours a day, and that's not even stopping to go pee or eat. So you're looking at 14, well, anywhere from 12 to 14 a day, depending on how much you drink.
And
40
the risk, as far as what's safer, I mean, you're just as how many times more likely to get in some kind of something on that 38-hour drive as you would a 2-hour flight.
You'd be safer to hop on the plane and go.
I think you're a million
Right.
times safer to fly than you are to
Yeah.
even just walk on the side of the road. So yeah, no, and you know what? There's different. Don't hold it in. Talk. You know.
Yeah,
And
you hold it in too much when you
You
get on
hold
the
it in.
plane. You're gonna be like, no, I can't take off on this thing.
Yeah.
So you know what? You get yourself a little Valium pill, and say, "Honey, you just put me in my seat. Mama gonna take a little pill."
Yeah.
You're
I mean,
gonna
and it's
have
funny.
life.
I know it sounds crazy, but I don't even like taking stuff because I don't know how to do me. And it's so funny to see that version of me, because if you would have seen me just 7 years ago, I mean, it's like, how did I get here? I mean, obviously I don't need to be where I was, but there has to be a happy medium. Like, I mean, to come from completely just didn't care about a thing in the world, didn't care about myself, much less anybody else, and to just go with the flow, didn't care what I put in my body, didn't care about anything. Caution was not a thing to me. I was like, what is that? You know, and to come from there to here where I am now, it's just like sometimes I'm like, I don't know. It's
But
insane.
that's why you do what you do. And that's why your anxiety is on top of your anxiety isn't on top of your anxiety, is because your mind keeps flipping you back 7 years.
Yeah.
And, so, yeah, a little Valium isn't going to do anything except just calm your nerves. That's all it's going to do.
Yeah.
But,
But I do feel like I've lived all 8.5 of my lives. I've like, as far as pushing the limits, I guess that has a lot to do with, I feel like I've pushed the limits. I don't feel like that there's much of that left for me.
You know what I think?
So
I think you're gonna do fantastic with it when the time comes, and I think you'll be just fine.
you're going to be sitting on the ship laughing, going, I can't believe that I stressed for 2 years. This was so freaking easy. Why did I do this to myself? And then you're going to stress on that.
yeah.
I am, I hide behind anxiety.
Well, Scott, we're just gonna have to make sure that she doesn't have time to stress about anything.
Well, there's nothing to stress. Once she gets on the ship, there's so much to do and so much things to see. The first whale that she sees jump out of the ocean beside the boat is going to just lose her mind. And that's going to happen.
Hopefully not.
Well, there's not a whole lot.
I know, I'm just kidding. I know what you mean.
You're going to be absolutely and the good thing about coming early is you're in early and you're going to have time to distress, like to calm yourself down before we get on the ship.
Are you going in a day early, Danny, or 2 days?
Day early.
Oh, you did one? We're going
I
to
think so, yeah.
Jesse, Tony, and Joni, myself. Actually, majority of the people are going 2 days.
No, I'm not gonna go one.
Now, the only reason I say that is because a lot of us are doing a lot of distance traveling. So if something does go wrong with the, with the schedule of a plane, you're still going to make it.
Right.
You're going 2 days early. So there's 2 days to fix that mix up or overbooking, or, like the way the airlines are today, if there's 150 seats, they're selling 155 tickets, hoping 5 people don't show up.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's my.
I'm sorry. Robert said, Danny, when you're on 8.5, don't push it. But I don't think a cruise is pushing it. Jumping off the ship and petting sharks would be pushing it. Yeah, we won't be doing that.
Hey, look, a whale
I did-
splash!
No, I won't be doing that. Jason, I did enjoy myself at Kentucky, but that was on the ground, not in the ocean or in the sky.
Mm,
Yeah.
Danny, from when you get up around the glaciers, like, have you ever seen a glacier?
No, not for real, except for on Titanic.
Yeah.
No, that was an iceberg. That's not a glacier. When you get up next to the glaciers, because one of the cruise actually goes through what's called Glacier Alley, and it sails through.
Oh,
and
that's nice.
It's absolutely beautiful. I have not been there, but I live in Newfoundland, so part of the year Newfoundland looks like a glacier anyway.
So it's Glacier
Hey,
Bay.
Beth.
Glacier Bay.
We there's over half a day we just sail around all the different glaciers.
Yeah.
Which, is absolutely that's one of the reasons why we booked this.
From what I understand, though, it stays pretty close to the shore.
Yes, the boat don't go right
mean,
out to sea. It
Not
goes up
like
the
on
coastline.
the shore, but it goes around the coastline. It's not like out in the open sea,
No.
Well, it's in the open sea, but it's even if the big boat goes down, there's I can't even count the amount of lifeboats.
When there's
Yeah,
enough
right there.
lifeboats on the ship for more than enough of the people.
Yeah.
Not to mention that
ow!
you're not that far out from Coast Guard. Coast Guard can come and get you.
Ow! I'll never let go. 2 seconds later, let's go.
Thanks, Danny. I'm sure
Yeah.
I got a blue diamond thing here I can give you,
Yeah, I mean,
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. Not North Korea. Okay.
yeah, if I was going to do it, the boat sank out. I'm sorry, but I'm not saving you.
We'll just turn your
Uh-uh.
chair upside down and use the wheels for floaties.
That's
No.
messed up.
I'm sitting on DJ. He's my flotation.
Then Scott will definitely go overboard if he sat on me at any point. Man overboard, no one will kill.
That'd be the morning that I'd take all the air out of your tires and we'd lose all the floating.
Dope. No, but I am excited about it. Is this plant real?
Yeah,
It is. Okay.
it's okay to be. It's okay to be. No, and that's just a way of life.
Yeah.
But you just can't let it consume you this far out, because you will go crazy by the time we're ready to go.
Yeah.
So just don't, you
Mm.
know, like we'll give you lots of time, and whatever else. And so what? You forget something. Jesse's gonna have, if they end up driving, he's gonna have the truck there. If they fly, we're gonna have Uber. So you've got, you know, you've got Walmart. You've got, like, it's no big deal. If you forget toiletries, we can get that before we get on the ship. You know what I mean? Like, it's, to forget something is not even anything to worry about. But there will be a checklist that we'll give you, probably a year out, because there's some people that,
Bye, Jason.
like yourself, Al and I are going to be in shorts and a t-shirt.
Mhm.
You're going to be in hoodies and jackets.
And we're going to be looking at you like, what's wrong with you?
Like, I will probably still have my hoodie on as well. It's just because that's the way I roll. But yourself, you guys are going to want more pants than what we do, because we'll just be wearing shorts. You
Because
know,
it'll be, it's our summertime. It's not.
it's our cooler summer period.
Yeah.
But it's not unheard of that they can have 80-degree weather up there at that time of year. Just depends on what the good Lord blesses us with while we're up there.
Yeah.
I'm foreseeing it being very nice weather. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah. You know, I just can't wait to do the whole meet and greet, and, you know, just planning the day. And then the slot pull is going to be a lot of fun, great fellowship, laughing, joking.
DJ, wake up.
Katja. Now that's pretty
Whoa.
bad. He's falling asleep on Danny.
I know.
He said.
DJ,
Sorry, I didn't mean
DJ,
to scare
DJ.
you.
Whoa.
I'm excited about it though, Scott. I am.
But again, it's sometimes we look for stuff, and by sometimes I mean the royal we look for stuff to stress about because we have nothing to stress about.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday.
So, you know, it sucks. It's the way some people are wired, and there's nothing we can say about it. It's what it is. DJ!
I'm looking at my iPad.
So he was like,
If
iPad,
I was
buddy.
asleep, my head would
all right,
be
guys,
dead.
it's lunchtime for me. It's nap time for DJ. It's been an hour and 3 minutes. I appreciate everybody who stuck with us, and I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday.
All right, guys.
Bye,
See you,
guys.
Scott. See you, DJ.